Well, it's about 15 degrees out here and starting to snow. We're on another day of sighting, and hopefully we'll get stuff done. It's kind of tough fighting the temperatures. I've got thermals on and about 3 different layers of clothes, and I'm still feeling the cold out here. Like I said, it's 15 degrees and starting to snow, and it is certainly tough working conditions. However, we'll get some stuff done today. We're looking for a win. Hopefully we'll get it. We'll just keep persevering until we get it done. But that's the nature of working in the winter. You know, you got to work with what you've got, and what we've got is what we've got. So let's get to it. I'm pretty excited to have this stand. Actually, cutting all this stuff on the floor just isn't really that exciting. So I'm pretty stoked to be adding a new piece of equipment here to be able to help out. So let's get started putting this thing together. In general, I'm not one for buying a lot of new equipment or tools. In fact, I've made do with using sawhorses and plywood for a very long time with my miter saw. I generally try to buy used equipment or make do with what I have in order to get things done. And I have pretty much throughout this entire build. However, with this much cutting required, I decided to go ahead and spend the money and get an actual movable table and stand for my miter saw in order to help this process along. While an extravagant expense, it's one that will be utilized well. Now, I'm not sponsored by DeWalt, nor do they provide any of the tools, and I'm not stuck to any one brand. The reason why I use so much of it is because our local store here that carries the products, that's what they carry, is DeWalt, and it's a pretty reasonable price. When I shop and compare it to the big box stores, it's about even, if not a little bit less. So it's easier just to go to Murdoch's and get the tools that I need. But I also do have a lot of rigid tools like that I get from Walmart, or well, not from Walmart, but from Home Depot. But that's just to explain that I'm not particularly stuck on DeWalt. That's just what is around and available. Well, they didn't go together too badly. That was pretty easy to get done. So now at least I've got a stand for my miter saw, and I don't have to put it on the sawhorses with a piece of plywood. It'll give me a more stable platform to cut these siding planks, and then I'll be able to utilize the entire length rather than get down on the floor and have to do all this by hand. So nice upgrade for sure. In all reality, I should have my table saw out here to do those long rips like that, but my trailer's kind of been frozen in at the house, so I haven't had an opportunity to dig that out yet to put the table saw on it and bring it out here. When I start doing some of the actual regular cuts on the long cuts for the siding, I'll have it out here, probably try and bring it out here in the next day or two. But it is starting to snow out here, so we'll see what happens over the next day or two. But that's my plan, is to actually bring the table saw out to do those longer cuts. But right now, these are the starter strips, so the lines are straight enough to do what I need to do with that. Well, the first piece of siding is up on the building. It is a slow start, as usual with most of these projects. Trying to figure out exactly, where the level is and to make sure everything's straight. It's kind of like the roof and the roofing and everything else. You got to have that first starter 100% level and precise so that you can, continue up the building and make sure it's all even. But so far, not too shabby. I've still, hopefully as I learn more here and I keep going, I'll start picking up my pace a little bit. But as you can see, it's starting to snow, and so that makes it more exciting for the day. Well, another thing that I added to the equation was these Gecko Gauge siding bands. Since I'm doing this solo, it's a way to help me balance this out, so I'm keeping everything even as I go up. And it works as having two people out here. So pretty excited to have researched and gotten these. It will help me get this going along quite a bit quicker.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Look at the beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.
So far, siding this shop has proven to be one of the most time-consuming and labor-intensive projects we've had so far. It has also required the most amount of thought in order to do it correctly and make sure everything lines up correctly. In all, it is starting to come along very well, and I'm very pleased with what's happening so far. One thing that's kind of cool is I have an audience. So I got both sides to line up perfectly to where now on top I can start using a full 16-foot piece of lumber, which is pretty amazing. I managed to calculate that out pretty well. Got it leveled out pretty evenly all the way across. It looks pretty sharp. Pretty happy with it. Anyway, I'll consider that a win, and winning is okay by me. Now, on to the rest of it. Well, I got my starter strips along the northern wall here, and now I'm going to transfer the lines between these ones here and this side over here so that everything is even as it goes down. I want to try and make things look as professional as I can, and it just takes a little bit of work. Not everything lines up evenly, so it takes a little bit of coursework to do that. And then after I get the lines across here, then I'll start marking all my stud locations across the wall so that I know those ahead of time. So I marked out from the bottom of the other side around the corner to where we have even seams, so that way as we continue to go, everything lines up. And I'll continue down this side with a chalk line and make sure that we keep an even seam all the way across. Keep everything level. So far, so good. Work in the cold, they said. It'll be fun. It's not at all. The goal for next week's video is to continue on with the siding. That is, weather permitting. It looks like we've got some in stores, so that's going to make it a little bit of a challenge. But we'll continue on and see how far we can get. We've come a long way with the start of the shop and getting new equipment to do it. So now stay tuned as we continue on with siding the shop, the last major project before the completion of this. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave comments below. They're very much appreciated. And thanks for watching.